Hi, this is Tina.
And this is Mary.
And this is Bird Barf.
Yay! So I turned into a guy this week.
I hate when that happens.
I know. It's really awkward.
You're like a frog. You can change your sex.
Yeah. It's all very scientific.
Now we're going to Jurassic Park.
So anyway,
Great
today we have Maggie and Dave, who are friends of ours,
Hello.
Hi.
in the studio.
And I am here
help.
too.
If you are listening, please send help.
Don't listen to him.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We feed him.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
He's good. So today we went to see Deadpool.
Amazing.
Yes. So, yeah, I've been excited about Deadpool forever because Brian, hi Brian. Brian is our number one
Brian.
listener.
Hello,
Which I think
Brian.
later we implied that nobody listens, but Brian always listens, so
Only
Brian's
me,
great.
Mary, and Brian listen.
Yeah,
Brian.
that's us.
I did listen to a few last night.
Oh, thanks, Dave.
Yes, Maggie didn't. Maggie failed.
Yeah, Maggie sucks.
How dare you sell me out? I hate you all.
You had
gonna
one
listen
job,
from now
Maggie.
on.
Damn it. But Brian saw the Deadpool panel at Comic-Con last year, and so he was like, no, this is going to be good. We're so excited. So we were very excited for it. And then when I found out that these guys were going today, because I had to stay and do work and whatever, yeah.
Be a loser.
Yeah, whatever. Everyone got invited over. So
Yes.
were you guys excited going in, or were you kind of like, this is going to be stupid?
I heard good reviews, so I was excited going in.
Prior to it, I mean, it was on my list of things to see, but I wasn't like, oh, yeah, I gotta go see this. It was like, yeah, I'll go see it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was semi-excited. Like, I was nervous that I wasn't going to think it was funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was nervous that the humor, because some of the, like, I thought the preview was good,
Mhm.
but some of the stuff I'm like, is it going to be too much? Is it going to be
Over
too
the
over the
top,
top?
Yeah.
Is it going to be ridiculous? And the movie is over the top
Oh,
and
yeah.
ridiculous, but it
Absolutely.
works.
Supposed to be, right?
Mhm.
Isn't
It
Yeah.
is,
It
yeah, but I
functions
don't always like
Correctly. Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Well,
I
it
wasn't
would have
sure.
been easy to drive it into the ground, but there's so much weirdness. It's like
Yeah.
a weird, like, why half the stuff happens. You're just like, God damn it, this is ridiculous, but it's great.
Yeah.
Had you guys seen the other Deadpool depiction in, was it Wolverine Origins?
No.
No.
No,
Okay,
I don't
that's
even
good.
remember that.
Because that
Oh,
was
you-
awful.
Let me phrase that. I've never seen a Wolverine movie.
I haven't either.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, he references it a couple times in the movie. Of course, he also references, who's it, Green Lantern?
Yes.
Yes.
The whole thing there. But he also talked
Yeah.
about sewing up your mouth and stuff, and he's just like, that didn't work! And like all that.
yeah.
So there are references, of course, to how awful it was, but that was a relief too. And just the fact that Ryan Reynolds stuck with the role.
Yeah.
Because I remember, like, when that movie came out, like, I was excited at the time. I was like, oh, this would be cool. He's perfect for Deadpool. And then they did whatever the fuck it was they did with that movie.
Was he in that version?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was?
He
Oh, I
was,
didn't
yeah.
realize that.
So that was pretty cool.
I saw a clip of that though, and he wasn't like all like his skin wasn't all weird. Was that?
No. It was
Oh,
supposed to be,
maybe
like, before, and then, like,
Oh.
he shows up with Cyclops powers, and his mouth is stitched shut, which doesn't make sense because he's the merc with the mouth. And it's
Weird.
like, what the is happening here? So it was a disaster.
Well, that's really cool that he got to morph the character into something he wanted.
Yeah.
And
And he
something
fought for
really
it, right?
good.
They fought for it.
I was glad to see that he really did, he really got into the character. He really made it his own, especially with all the promos
Mhm.
and everything else that Ryan Reynolds put out there.
So
Yeah.
cute.
I love Ryan Reynolds. I'm
Yeah.
glad that this worked out because he's done some really bad movies recently. And
Yeah.
I was also
I was still
nervous
gonna see
because
them,
of that because I'm like, is this going to be another terrible
Yeah.
movie? And I love him, and I don't want him to make bad movies.
I want to love him.
I
want to do
know.
good
I don't want to
things.
feel
Yeah.
bad for him.
Well, it's great that he pokes fun of himself
Yeah,
in
well,
those,
yeah.
in those
He has a
choices
good sense
that
of
he
humor.
made.
hmm
So it's awesome.
Yeah, there were a lot of, like, reference, because Deadpool in the comics regularly breaks every rule. Like, he talks to the audience, and he has 8 personalities and, like, crap like that. And so obviously they didn't go full tilt crazy yet, which is good.
Mhm.
Because I think that would have been too alienating, but it was like just the references to things, like when they're like, you have to go see Professor X, and he's like, wait, McAvoy
I know, I
or
love
Stewart?
that.
I
That
can't
was
remember
pretty
which
funny.
one. Yeah.
That was cute.
I actually didn't know that there were going to be X-Files, or not X-Files, son of a bitch, always.
That's next week,
X-Men.
Tina. That's our next podcast.
X-Men in the movie.
hmm
So that was
Yeah,
interesting.
2 of them, as he pointed out.
Yeah, two of them, because not
It's
enough
so weird
budget
that I
for
only
more
see
than-
you guys, yeah. And the jokes are wonderful.
Yeah. Were those characters in the X-Files movies? The girl
X-Men.
X-Files.
X-Files?
Son of a fucking
All right, this podcast is getting its own R rating, people. You've been warned.
Here's the blooper I can put at the end for Brian. Were they in the X-Men? Colossus was, but...
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
What's her name? Teenage Supersonic Warhead or whatever her name is.
Yeah.
She's only been...
Megasonic
Warhead, yeah.
Cool.
She's only in one comic, I think.
Weird.
Oh, okay.
And so they just liked... I think they just liked the name and decided
She
to put her in
seemed
there.
really familiar, though, so
She
she hasn't
did.
been... She wasn't in the
Mm-mm.
last X-Men movies.
She was not, no.
Oh, I wonder
She looks
what
like she could be in
I
any
wonder
number
what
of
she was
a brooding
from.
person.
Yeah, she seemed really familiar to me.
I don't know.
And I don't remember him. That's interesting.
He was in...
I don't remember him having an accent like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's Russian.
Yeah.
Or supposed to be.
I mean, in the other X-Men movie.
I think it was a different actor.
Well, okay, I remember in that first X-Men movie it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because he is, yeah.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really have a huge
And he
part,
was, like,
so-
able to, like, change or something. Like,
Yeah, he, like,
transform
turns into the metal and then out. And I'm not sure how. I'm not too familiar with him, so.
No.
But, yeah.
Do you know anything about, like, if Ryan Reynolds had any part in, like, the script at all, like the jokes and whatnot? I wonder.
There
They
were,
produced it,
I know there were certain things where they'd mess around with the way lines were delivered.
Hmm.
And so, yeah, he was, like, he found, different writers that he thought, like, because, they had sort of, not control over it, but I know he was actively involved in making sure
He was
that
one
it
of the
fit.
producers, wasn't he?
Yeah, because he didn't want it to be a crap movie. And, like, he was behind, like, all those weird viral videos that they put out. He was talking about, they basically just shot them in his trailer.
That's
And he
awesome.
was like, we should do this thing. And it's like, you get the Australia Day video where he's, like, upset, like, freaking out over the corks on his hat. But no, he didn't write it, but I know they worked, because there was a list on, like, an article of the jokes that they cut out. And they had reasons for why they cut out each joke, and it was actually really nice, too, because it's like, there's thought in everything,
That's
which
really cool.
makes a difference.
Maybe there'll be an uncut
Worked.
version they release with all of them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So does he cross over into the Avengers or only X-Men?
He crosses over into everything, but the problem is that Avengers, that aspect of Marvel, is owned by Disney.
Mm.
X-Men are owned by 20th Century Fox.
And
That
that's
would
who
be
did
amazing.
X-
Right. His stuff, yeah. So
Deadpool.
X-Men and Deadpool. And Sony has Spider-Man, but I think they're giving Spider-Man over to
Aren't they remaking
Disney.
Spider-Man?
Yeah,
for
they
the
probably are.
1000th
The hell.
time?
I wish they
Oh.
just stopped.
Political.
Please
Yeah,
no more.
Spider-Man is Disney, so that might cross over with more Avengers.
Yeah, well, he's
Oh, okay.
Sony, and
Oh,
then
okay.
but I think he's supposed to show up at Avengers at least a little bit, which has everyone really disappointed because Spider-Man and Deadpool, like Deadpool loves harassing Spider-Man, so everyone was hoping that was going to happen, but it doesn't seem like it will.
Interesting.
Yeah,
One day.
yeah. I mean, in the universe, they all go in together and mess with it.
That's
Everyone's
so
all
cool.
over the place, but
I would love to see Deadpool and Tony Stark like verbally spar. I think
Now that would be too much. That would be getting
Yeah.
that point of over the top too
I don't
much.
I think
No, I
Deadpool
think
just
one
thinks
line,
he's a
one
rich
line.
asshole and like doesn't even bother with him. Like there's like
Oh, that
Deadpool,
makes
it's kind
sense.
of funny because he won't do certain things, and it's like half the time he wants to. It's mainly the X-Men. Like half the time he really wants to join the X-Men, and then the other half they're like, "You just stay away," or they'll like flip around and want him to join, and he's like, "I'm busy," So it's just like it's ridiculous.
I have to follow rules?
Yeah, forget
Yeah.
it.
No.
Yeah,
It's like trying to get into the cool high school clique.
yeah.
Do I want to be in it or don't I?
Yeah. So
Oh, they
it's-
don't want me in it. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Voted
that
out.
decision a lot easier.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I will say this movie did do a very good job of earning that R rating that it had.
Yeah, with like
Yeah,
30
yeah.
seconds, you're like, okay.
Although it wasn't as bloody as I was like anticipating. Like it was bloody, and maybe it wasn't as bloody because I closed my eyes sometimes.
Well,
I didn't see certain parts, so
yeah.
it's fine.
Actually,
I loved
It
the
was
opening
okay.
credits. The,
Oh,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was very
That's
creative.
that was hilarious.
Mhm.
with this producer. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, this moron, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Overpaid
cute.
asshole. The real
Money
hero's
grubbing.
here.
It was
Yes.
cute.
Yeah.
Oh. Now, I was watching it. It brought me back to when I first saw the movie Kick-Ass.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That,
because
yeah.
with this one, going into Deadpool, I realized it was going to be R rating and really violent. Unlike when I saw Kick-Ass
Right.
and I started watching it, I'm like, holy crap! This is not.
I-
This is not what I was expecting at all.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the same level of violence, just different or
Yeah.
expectation.
Yeah, it's still not for children, and
No.
someone had a small
No.
child there.
Are you
I
kidding me?
know.
And the kid's like, "Is he gonna die, Daddy?" and I'm like,
Jesus.
"Oh my god."
No, but you will. Talk again.
Why the fuck
Yeah,
would you bring your small child to this film?
People are so stupid.
They just don't pay
Inappropriate.
attention to anything.
I know. And those are the people who are going to be, like, offended by it.
Well, yeah.
This is just so awful. It's
It's
like,
just
because
not
you brought your
appropriate for
5-year-old, you
children.
moron.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Or it's just like a really, bad father. And then,
One or the
or,
other. Yeah, if the kid's just like, this is fun. Like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
They just
Fair
didn't read any of the reviews. But
Yeah.
then, I mean, if you see it's rated R when you walk
Or
in.
they just don't care.
I don't
and
think they care.
the
I think
dad
people,
wants to see it and just brings the children
Aw,
anyway.
sad.
Yeah.
Don't tell
Kids-
mom.
Don't tell mom.
Kid's been watching, like, Game of
I
Thrones
mean, the
since
kids
he
didn't
was
really
4.
seem traumatized, so there's that. Probably been watching a lot of rated R stuff.
Yeah.
I think when I go to work on Monday in the middle of a meeting, I think I'll just break the fourth wall and pretend like I'm talking to someone else. I'll start doing that.
I think you get committed to that.
No, I'm really looking forward to this. I want to know what's going to happen. You'll have to update us all with this. So when Tina makes the official Twitter account for this, Dave will tell you and we'll let you know what happens.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Well.
Yeah.
So
So
barf of enthusiasm, excitement, joy.
barf of the complete joy
Well,
and terrible
yeah.
jokes.
Two thumbs
Barf
up.
of happiness.
Barf
Yeah.
of happiness.
Yeah.
And Maggie's giving us 2 barfs up. So
Yeah.
that's good.
2 barfs.
Barf, barf.
All of the vomit.
And a bowel.
All the vomit, yeah.
I mean, she did say
A
she might
rainbow.
vomit when she gets in here, so your dream
Feeling
came
well.
true.
Yay. Full circle.
All right, well,
All right,
thanks for
thanks.
listening.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming.
Thanks for having us.
Until next time.
Bye.